Story time. I think the lighting's better if I do this, right? It is darned near thundering outside. I'm not sure if it's actually going to rain, but there's been like some rumbles of thunder. I've got like this really cool little toy over here. It's called a thunder machine. When I show this to my third graders next year, they're either going to think it's cool or they're going to be like 20-year-old third graders. Who knows? But hopefully they like it. Anyway, so because it's thundering, I'm not going to be doing anything where I have to wash my hands afterwards. So I'm not touching spiders because that just seems dangerous to me. So I've got some hot cocoa and I'm just going to talk about some of the tarantulas that I know. So there's not much to tell, honestly. There's 2 breeding tanks that I have over to the side. I probably mentioned them a few times. I don't know if I saved those recordings for the public to be able to see, but I do have them documented somewhere, and I've mentioned them a few times now. Mickey is one of them, and I saw him this morning with a bolus in his mouth, so I know that he's still eating, and he had a nice, good-sized abdomen too, which is great for just his own sake. I added some more water into the tank that has Petri in it. Now, for goodness sake, they have had at least rotations of 3 females in there. So I don't see them needing to, what am I trying to say? Oh, never mind. I have a memory issue. And the thing was, I don't remember who the names of the females are that are in there. I think Slinky was one of them. If I look over here, it is Slinky, yeah. And Slinky was Inks. And that's because I have a label on them. But some of these tarantulas have more memorable aspects to them. So, like Ink's sling over here, I have no story to it because I don't have a name for it. It's just one of the Ink's slings, and I don't remember that one. But Harmony was one that was bred. I think she was one of Sarah's, but I can't say for sure. I've got Coraline, who is Cody's sling. Now, Cody is not a tarantula. That is the only person's name on here that is not a tarantula. And Cody was somebody who is the brother of a really great photographer in the hobby way back when. I think his brother's name was Chad. And so that's how I got to know Cody. And then I think Cody had a baby afterwards. And so he didn't really stay in the hobby as much. But that was a cool 50-50 because it was just somebody I like completely was able to trust because they were somebody that was in the hobby, in the society, in fact. So it just gave me a little bit more of that connection. The American Tarantula Society has a headquarters website still. I think that's active at the very least. Whether or not they're going to have another conference again it's a post 2020 world. And really, honestly, it wasn't doing conferences even the year before that, I don't think. I heard something out there. What I can do soon is clear up the tanks where I had used originally permanent marker on them. So I'm going to be putting just expo marker on top of the permanent marker and then wiping it away. Let's see what else. I mean, it's really not that interesting of a series of stories. Again, the original 7 have an article where they were mentioned in, and I don't know if I'd actually put any at that point. I don't think that I did. I think that I just like purchased like 26 at that point. And I wasn't trying to go for the full alphabet. I don't remember ever having one with the last name Z, or the name Z, although I do have Yoda. So Yoda exists, so there must have been a Z somewhere along the line. But I just don't think that I kept more than 26 from an egg sac as well. And I have had many egg sacs over time here, so maximum I thought that I had like 1,000, but I think realistically it was closer to like maybe 800 at the most, and probably just closer to like 700. None of my cats have been bit by a tarantula. despite the fact that there have been incidents where a tarantula has gotten out and a cat was in the room, and cats are very curious. They want to chase things, and that mm, not so intelligent creature back there who's just a wonderful baby, but doesn't the brains are not with him. He has been fortunate enough to just mind me when one of them has gotten out. But in general, I really don't handle them as much as I used to. Even when I was handling them, I was always very scared or just anxious or just aware of the fact that um, I put myself in that situation knowing that I could have to write a bite report, and I don't want to have to write a bite report because I understand that the venom is significant. Um, so maybe what I can do, this is kind of an idea just for what's going on right now and with AI. I might write an AI story or a fable and edit it and then maybe tell a tale or something like that, like realistically. I think it'd be kind of fun because I'm getting into this younger ages, and it was part of something called the Opening the Minds of the Arts Project. And tales are really cool. Storytelling is really cool. Um, I'm just talking about kind of like the history of like why these less than 50 creatures on the shelf are significant to me. There's definitely been some people that I've known who've had closer to 1,000 at some point too, and that's pretty cool. I think it's a reasonable number to kind of stop at, especially if it's just you. But it'd be cool to learn if there was other people out there that have more than 1,000. It's just the one person, and then realistically, it probably is. It might be a different species though, simply because um, like a grandma stole a piece might have like I don't even know if I'm saying that name anymore, right? I'd have like 300 in a sack. You get 3 sacks, you're already at 900. Um, and I was pretty, I like the hunter and curly hairs. Had 2 sacks on me, and those were about 300. And they were pretty amazing. And I don't know how I made it. I think that might have been when I got close to 1,000. Maybe I had like the 700 of the Metallica and then just like an egg sack at a time with the hunter and curly hair, which I don't know why the genus and species evades me right now. I've enjoyed having her for years. And then actually gave her back to the owner that I won her from in a raffle. It was terrible, but at the same time, it's like I don't miss having to take care of her or all those babies. But I'm so happy that the owners are able to like say that they've had her for so many years. Um, I just hope that I haven't burdened them with the responsibility of taking back something that they wanted to give away. They're just very kind people, so it goes back and forth with me. Um, Ornatas, I had Ornatas years ago, and so I'm really glad to have this collection of Ornatas right now. And I think I have some more that are on their way to me, so I'll have more Ornatas. And those aren't really anything I can do too much with except for breed, hopefully, at some point, and maybe I'll start getting back into the hobby and start meeting up with people that I trust. I just don't want to lose a spider out of like. I don't want to lose a spider, and there's just quick relationships that you can have anywhere in the world, and giving an entire creature away to somebody that's a total stranger, it's like it kind of makes me a little bit nervous. Unfortunately, I think that there's certainly so many beautiful people in the world that it's kind of sad that you can just trust each other, and like I would like somebody to just give me a spider, you know. So, um, hopefully, I can get past that so I can have some beautiful moments in community someday. You guys still need some cleaning, so I gotta get in here and do some scrubbing on the walls just to make it so it's more aesthetically pleasing. And I don't really have any tails to tell. I think I mentioned them all at the one time since there's only so many spiders on the shelf and I'm going through all of them really at some point. But I just can't do anything when it comes to cleaning right now because the possibility of electricity going through the water is not appealing. But I did want to check in with you just so you know that I was thinking about just saying hi and thinking about talking about these guys. Um, I think I have 12 subscribers and nobody's really mentioned anything yet, but if you want to, I might start activating the Poecilotheria Metallica Pics Facebook page. Maybe I'll change it back to Beautyland. I've got the website Beautyland, which is completely taken down because I stopped the subscription to the web hosting. So I can get into maybe operating everything as Goody Lab again and maybe get a business name with it so I can be kind of just all official. We'll see what comes of that, what's available. Hopefully nobody decides to take it. But it'd be weird if somebody did, I guess, locally especially. And I don't know how they were not able to fit into that. The Valkyrie. Um, they just call it the Boom Lagoon Tarantula or something. I don't know. It's not exactly wet out here. In fact, it's very much heavy cloud, no rain at this moment. Oh, a Sting reference. Just I had to. All right. Hey, you have a great day, and